I honestly think that if you ask this question to a data analyst, they would be very, very offended. And I just find it funny. Probably find it a little bit easier to get a job, and probably find it a lot easier to also get promoted. Okay, I've been in data science for about 6 years now, and as you can imagine, I've been privileged enough to answer a lot of questions, especially also from my teaching engagements. And I've also read a lot of questions online, on Reddit, on Twitter, and many other places. And I thought, yeah, let me compile a couple of interesting ones and just answer on this YouTube video. I hope you like it. Let's go. Question number 1. Is data science an overhyped field that companies don't actually understand? Okay, so this is quite interesting. No, data science is not overhyped. I don't really believe that there's any field out there that adds value to a company that is overhyped. And this is not just about data science, it's also about HR, it's also about marketing, operations, tech, software engineering, whatever. As long as the field is actually contributing to a company achieving their goals and their target and helping them, I think it's not overhyped. Now, there is a possibility, and I've seen this also, and I've heard about this, and I've seen this happen, that companies are actually hire a data team without knowing exactly what they need. This has reduced now, actually I have to say in the last 5 years, but earlier on when data science was really in the market, everybody was having a data team, and so everybody was having a data scientist, because data science was supposed to be this new oil boom. And because data science, everybody talked about machine learning and don't be left behind. So companies were actually hiring a lot of data scientists without actually knowing what they really need them for. And so you actually find in a company sometimes they don't even have a data architecture and they just hire data scientists. Whereas probably a good idea for them to go through is actually maybe hire a data engineer first, a data platform engineer, and build a data architecture, or probably a data architect or something like that, and then hire a data analyst and probably a data scientist and probably machine learning engineers at the end. But some companies just go and hire data scientists. So of course they don't build the value chain and they don't build the resources for the data scientists to be successful. Another part of companies actually hiring data scientists without knowing what the need is. Then they hire these data scientists and they just get in, and they're only doing data analytics work. So that happens sometimes, and I think this is where this question is coming from. So it's not just that the field is overhyped, it's just that maybe companies are hiring for a role while they really need another role, and that happens a lot. So it's not just data science. A company that knows what they want and they understand the whole data architecture and the whole data pipeline, they would know the kind of role they are hiring for. If they need a business intelligence analyst, or they need a data analyst, or they need a data scientist, or they need a data engineer, or they need a data architect, once they understand exactly what the role will be about, they would just hire specifically for that role. So data science is not overhyped, and I think a lot of companies now actually know exactly what they are looking for. They are very clear exactly on what they need. In fact, you actually see them very specific. We need a marketing data analytics, or we need a customer analytics engineer. Very, very specific. I think now there's a lot of clarity in the market, and a lot of companies know exactly what they are trying to hire for. So question 2. Is a data scientist just a data analyst with a better title? No, that's not true. Even data analysts know this is a data analyst, this is a data scientist. I think the confusion often comes, like I said, data scientist pipeline sort of is all encompassing. So as a data scientist, your job sometimes also includes actually visualizations and reporting data, and sometimes your job also includes building machine learning models. And that is sort of what a typical machine learning engineer would do. A data analyst is a data analyst, a data scientist is the data scientist, and I don't think any role is better than the other. I think everybody is there to actually solve different kind of problems. I think confusion comes often from companies that might hire for a role without really knowing exactly what they need. Then you as a data scientist actually ends up getting there and then doing data analyst work. And of course, I think really in the markets right now, it seems to me like when you're a data generalist, which you actually find a lot of data scientists be in startups, you probably find it a little bit easier to get a job. and probably find it a lot easier to also get promoted, because when you lead a data team, then you want to understand data engineering, you want to understand data analytics, data science, so that you can actually be able to make demands from those people that you're leading. And when they are talking, you actually understand what they are talking about. Data scientists are data scientists and data analysts are data analysts. Data analysts are different. And for example, when you look at the skill set for a data analyst, it's completely different from a data scientist. For a data analyst, you need SQL, you need to be able to understand very well how to make visualizations, how to report data. So think about it like this. A data analyst tells a company what has happened in the past, the decisions they've made. Is it good? Is it not good? A data scientist will look at data and try to make a forecast for the future. So it's different in the skill set, what they are there to do. But I would not argue as to the fact that when you get a data scientist, sometimes in a lot of startups and in a lot of places, their job often also includes building visualizations and reporting data, which is probably not optimal, but that's very, very possible. Another question: should machine learning models ever be black boxes? Is accuracy more important than interpretability? No, I do not believe they should be black boxes. I think that understanding the fundamentals of machine learning models is important. When you understand the fundamentals of machine learning models, there's a way you can easily explain them, or at least easily be able to understand what is actually going right or wrong in the model process. And this is actually also very important, because when you try to interpret your model, especially when you work in a team that is non-technical and you need to explain how your model works, and trust me, I've been there a couple of times, it must not be a black box to you. When you also want to iterate over the model and try to get the accuracy of the model to be better, it must also not be a black box to you. So it's not just about throwing data into a model and just using the highest number that gives you the best accuracy. What kind of error are you actually even getting from what you have? You must be able to interpret all of that. And that's why very important to pay attention to machine learning fundamentals, understanding those models, understanding the problems they might have. For example, the typical problems that you have from your linear regression, your logistic regression, is very different from the kind of problem you most likely have when you use tree-based models. And you need to be able to understand all of these differences and then be able to actually optimize on your machine learning model. So I would say accuracy is actually in tandem with interpretability. It must not be a black box to you. It might appear to be a black box, and when I mean you, I mean a data scientist. It might appear to be a black box to many other people, but to a data scientist, if you really want to get the best out of your model and be able to sort of communicate your result, it must not be a black box to you. You should have an idea of what is happening in the model, what might be a problem, and what you want to check, essentially. So interpretability and accuracy, I believe that they go actually hand in hand. Another question 4 right now, I think: should data scientists know software engineering? This is a bit tricky, but let me break it down. Data science is sort of a combination of mathematics, statistics, software engineering. What else can I add there? Those three probably. Now, you need mathematics to understand a couple of things, statistics as well, and you need software engineering. So as a data scientist, you are not a software engineer, but you need to understand some basic ideas in software engineering. For example, as a data scientist, you need some basic skills. You need Python. You need to be able to write codes. You need to be able to write production-ready codes. You need to understand Git. You need to understand Docker containerization, for example. You need to understand how to use cloud platforms like AWS, GCP, and other platforms like maybe Azure or something like that. So it's a very complex field. You need a little bit of mathematics, you need statistics, and you need software engineering. This is not to say that you then end up becoming a software engineer, but I think that when I listen to my software engineer friends speak, I'm not completely lost. I don't think I'm not a software engineer, just to put that out there. I'm not a software engineer. I don't think I'm one, for example, but you need to understand a lot of things. For example, with Python that I talked about earlier, that's the same skill that you actually see some backend engineers actually develop their backend on that language. So but you need to be able to understand it enough to use your data science libraries like Panda, scikit-learn, and the likes like that. So I think that you need software engineering, definitely, but you don't have to be a software engineer or learn everything about software engineering, because you have to also know mathematics and statistics. Hope that helps. Okay, so another question. This is more for data analytics, actually. Is data analytics actually glorified Excel and dashboards? No, it is not. And this question, I think I see it a lot. It's not just about that. It's not just about Excel. And one of the things I found is actually that a lot of people who don't know Microsoft Excel or you know how to use Google Sheet will be amazed at the kind of value that you can actually generate from just Excel and dashboards. Dashboards are steering actually huge corporations, many banks, many insurance companies, many places where a lot of money actually go through, and all they are relying on is just a dashboard that someone built, and that gives them an idea of what is actually happening in the company. So data analytics is not just some glorified Excel or dashboards and spreadsheets. I think data analysts actually do a lot of work, and then if you see data analysts and actually them interpret the data and give you an idea of what's happening, you will respect data analysts because they tell you about the decisions you've made and how the decisions you've made have been wrong, and they actually give you a lot of real IT knowledge and real science behind the work. And if you actually talk about data scientists, those guys are building machine learning models, they're fixing things, building automations, extracting data sometimes from APIs, bringing your data to databases, doing the work of a data engineer sometimes. So there's just a lot of things going on in both data analytics and data science that it's not just about glorified Excel and dashboards. Of course, you see a lot of data analysts work with Excel and dashboards, but no, it's not just all about that. And I honestly think that if you ask this question to a data analyst, they would be very, very offended. And I just find it funny. But yeah, it's a lot of very, very proper work and not just glorified Excel and dashboards. Okay, one last one. Describe my job as data scientist in 3 words. I would say interpret numbers, give direction. Oh, that's more than 3 words. Okay, let me use 3 words. Interpret numbers and data. Interpret number and data. And that's literally what I do. Get data, we try to interpret it, tell the company what it is, and then it's always all about number. And I actually just have to have data there because, like I say, if there's no data, there's no data analytics. If there's no data, there's no data science. So that's very, very important to what I do. I said that was the last one, but let me take one more because I think it's going to be very helpful to everybody. Can you transition from an ad feed or non-tech background into data science? Yes, absolutely. It's very possible. I can't use myself, unfortunately, as an example, but I have friends who had non-tech, non-mathematics, non-statistics background, and they're doing amazing well. Some of them are senior data scientists now. Some of them are leading teams. Some of them are building amazing things also with AI and stuff now. So people from different backgrounds, as long as they know the basics, they understand everything, they can easily transition to data science. And I think the barrier of entry into data science right now is pretty low. So if you are very interested, please go for it. Everything you need to learn is probably online, free, and as long as you know exactly what you need to learn and you're committed to the course, you've got this. That's one thing I'll say. If you want to see more videos like this where I break down data science field and actually how to get into data science, check out this other video here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.